So good evening. It's really exciting to be together with 450 odd people here. Welcome to the 2025 AJC Diplomatic Seder. Before we dive in, I was just thinking, in the interest of time, I'm not going to go through all the thank yous that I have as well, but because Heidi did them better than I would. But just want to say what a pleasure, Heidi, it has been to be able to work with you, putting together this event. Your love of everything you do, you've just made it a joy for all of us. I also just want to say thank you to Rabbi Judson. He's an extraordinary leader and just a wonderful person to get to know. And so it's been a real pleasure. Finally, just a very quick word to say thank you to the incredible AJC board leaders that we have here tonight, and that are, even those who are not here tonight, and also our amazing staff who just wow me every day. Thank you for all that you do. It's really an honor for me to be able to work with everybody. For much of the last 2,000 years, the opportunity to sit at a Seder table as a free person had a vivid meaning for people subject to draconian legal restrictions, which dictated where they could live, what kind of jobs they could have. In country after country, Jews were forced to ghettos subject to conspiracy theories for which there was no defense, expelled from their homes, and all too often faced acts of murder and mayhem. The unshackling of Jewish life within the West began only a little more than 2 centuries ago with the birth of liberal democracies, but even here in the United States, anti-Jewish sentiment remained normalized, robust, and socially acceptable until well after World War II. It was only then that demonization and discrimination against Jews began to diminish, and what followed was a golden age that has few precedents in Jewish history. But as we know today, the status of Jews in America is undergoing a change. This came into sharp focus on the days after October 7th, 2023. Anti-Semitism and demonization of Israel have become essential features of ideologies emanating from the political right and the political left. And this has contributed to soaring reports of anti-Semitic incidents. According to the FBI, Jews, who constitute in the United States a little more than 2% of the population, constitute 68% of religiously based hate crimes. Given this, it's not a wonder that the AJC 2024 State of Anti-Semitism report showed a staggering 73% of American Jews feel less secure this year than they did a year ago. The rapid spread of anti-Semitic ideas has taken many of us by surprise. It's not uncommon to hear people talk about the end of the Jewish vacation from history. And I'm sure that many of us here tonight can attest to conversations with friends and families where someone has asked, if we have to leave, where would you go? It's a rational question. It's a rational question given the histories of many of our families. For centuries, Jewish communities have been upended by anti-Semitic strictures and violence, and today, the warning signs are all around us. In this environment, it's become common to hear people speculate whether or not what we're witnessing here is a duplication of the events of 1930s Germany, Nazi Germany. While it's possible to find some parallels, this thinking leads to the conclusion that we're in the maws of a history that we cannot change. And this is a mistake. Whatever the difficulties at this moment, our circumstances are decidedly different than then. Most Americans will object to anti-Semitism. Our government does not organize violence against Jews. And most of all, American Jews have allies, strong institutions, and the capacity to fight back. Rather than succumbing to resignation and despair in what is a very difficult moment for our community, this is a moment for fostering resilience and courage. And we're blessed tonight to have with us visitors whose stories illustrate the point. The first story took place during World War II in occupied France. Faced with a looming catastrophe, the Portuguese Consul General in Bordeaux, France, Aristides de Sousa Mendes, defied his government and gave away thousands, probably tens of thousands of visas and passports to people who were desperate to escape the Nazi onslaught. Sousa Mendes has been recognized by Yad Vashem as one of the righteous among the nations. And the late historian Yehuda Bauer noted that he may have operated the largest rescue action by a single individual during the Holocaust. A foundation was created in his hometown in Portugal to preserve his memory and his example. And tonight, I'm honored to introduce you to Olivia Mattis, President and CEO of the Sousa Mendes Foundation, and her fellow board members, Luis Fidalgo and Paulo Catalino. Can I ask the three of you to please stand up so we can recognize you? Thank you for the work that you do to preserve the memory of Mendes, Sousa Mendes. In this hour, it's a vital function for all of us. I'd also like to share a second example of resilience and courage which grew out of the events of October 7th. 1 in 10 people from Kibbutz Be'eri were murdered or taken hostage on that day. Survivors were evacuated to a hotel by the Dead Sea. The circumstances were overwhelming as grief, sorrow, and loss saturated the souls of every person in that hotel. But there were people who stepped up to restore the community and begin the long process of healing. 3 of them, Alice Shahar, Elad Peleg, and Ayel Tarchitsky, are here with us tonight. Within days of October 7th, they opened a school for the children of Kibbutz Be'eri and provided similar services to more than 41,000 young children who had been traumatized and were frightened by the events that had just taken place. Elad, Alice, Ayel, can I ask you to stand and please be recognized by all of us. These role models of strength, courage, and resilience are a guide to our present and our future. For 2,000 years, Jews have played an outsized role in the imagination of the Western world. This negative obsession will continue and wax and wane as it has done for centuries. But today, we have the means to secure our future. Here are 3 examples among many for how AJC does this. First, our Leaders for Tomorrow program is teaching teens how to hold their heads up high and advocate in environments where they're certain to face anti-Jewish activism. Second, when the Massachusetts Teachers Association threw its institutional weight behind anti-Israel and anti-Semitic activism, we were told that the union is too big to fight. But we rejected that verdict, working with a courageous group of teachers, with the bold actions of Senator John Vilas and Representative Simon Cataldo, who lead the Massachusetts Special Commission for Combating Anti-Semitism. And in partnership with other Jewish organizations, we exposed the MTA's outrageous conduct. AJC efforts included 2 well-documented reports that you can link to on page 18 of your Haggadah. Today, the MTA is on notice. The peddling hate comes with a cost because we will not let anti-Semitism become normalized. But fighting hate does not only depend on exposing and opposing the bigots. It calls for initiatives that build transformative connections. Several months ago, AJC founded the Center for a New Middle East, which is working to establish vital channels of communications with Arab and Muslim leaders from Indonesia to Morocco. The center has already facilitated important achievements that offer hope for our future. We understand that the war taking place between Hamas and Israel must not alone define our future. One day, God willing, Israelis and Palestinians will find a path to peaceful coexistence. In the meantime, AJC is committed to the painstaking work of stitching together critical relationships that will be the foundation of a new Middle East. Through these and other initiatives, AJC is ensuring that our community remains strong and free to chart our own future, rather than have others chart it for us. This is precisely what the Passover Seder asks of us. Moses led slaves to freedom, but God concluded that a generation raised in slavery is not endowed with the qualities needed to lead a people into the promised land. At the annual Seder, we are invited to consider whether we are ourselves supporting the responsibilities of a free people. Are we hiding from the things we fear, or are we each, in our own way, demonstrating the resilience and the courage that are a mark of a free people? These are the kinds of hard and necessary questions that we're invited to consider at the Seder table. We know that they have particular meaning in this time. So welcome to tonight's Diplomats Seder and to the journey of freedom, for freedom. Thank you.